Hi, I'm Chris Biffle, Director of Whole Brain Teaching, one of the world's most popular instructional systems, and have we got something for you? This is the most amazing educational strategy we've developed in the last 2 decades. It's called Super Improver Diagnostic. It's a spreadsheet that will help you track and transform student growth. Here we go. So here's page 1. All of our resources listed right there. Just click on a link. I really encourage you to look at our Facebook pages and Instagram. If you have a question, if you have a comment, you'll find hundreds, sometimes thousands of teachers online forming a mutually supportive community. Great thing. And it's all right here on this page. Now I'm going to click on Teacher Summary. Check this out. You can use the Super Improver Diagnostic if you're one teacher, a grade level, a whole school, but on the Teacher Summary tab, you see what everybody is doing week by week. How about this? Check it out. There are bar graphs that show you the development of a group of teachers or one teacher as the year unfolds. The great frustration of teaching, especially in these virtual days, is we're going to feel like we're not getting anywhere. We are getting somewhere. Look at week 5 down here. It's way taller than week 1. Yeah, we're making progress. Here's the core of the system. This is your class, day 1. Here's the first thing you should do. Obviously, you've input all the kids' names. You look down and you realize that, hey, here's a student, Frida Kahlo. I don't remember her. So I'm just going to put a little gray box there. I'll gray box the kids that I honestly don't remember from day 1. Now, I do remember Sylvia Plath. Sylvia, it's virtual, let's say. It also works face-to-face. Sylvia spent so much of the virtual session a fly swatter swatting herself on the head. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't get her to stop. And then there was another student, Leo Tolstoy, who had a big wad of gum in his mouth and he wanted to show everybody the wad of gum. So if I'd finished that first day, I thought, I'm going cuckoo. I would be in a depressive cycle. Depression means you think the same unhappy thought over and over again. But depression is not realistic. We feel like it's the end of the world, and hey, it's not the end of the world. Super Improver Diagnostic, one of the first things it's going to do is to lift teacher morale by showing you you are getting somewhere. Let's go back to our dear friend Sylvia Plath. Now, I think about her and I ask myself, did she do class yes? She did class yes, even though she had the fly swatter in her hand. Sylvia, good for you. Did she do thank you're welcome? No, once or twice. Mirror words? Not actually. Teach okay? That's pretty hard. It's kindergarten for Pete's sakes. I'm going to look at her student engagement here. Now, student engagement is on a 5-point scale. 0 means that they're a distraction. Well, Sylvia was a distraction. 5 means that she'd be able to lead a whole brain teaching lesson. I will have to give her a 0 there. But the truth is, I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere with Sylvia, and she was with me, class yes. That means whenever I asked for attention, she was giving me her attention. That's miles beyond thinking, I can't get anywhere with this kid. Now, let's take Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy, is showing the gum, but he was with us on class yes. And when I did mirror words, he said mirror words, gum and all, and he was going along with me. Now notice that my score has bumped up to 10% for my kids in class yes, and I've got 5% here in mirror words. Teach okay, kindergarten no, I didn't get a chance to talk about glorious kindness, but I'm going to evaluate Leo Tolstoy. You know what? He wasn't a distraction. He was slightly on task. I'll give him a 1. So look what I've done already. I've begun to see what I know. I know something about Sylvia and Leo. I don't remember Frida, but I'll never forget day 1 with William Yates. I said mirror words. He was mirror wording. Class yes, right there. It was like I was teaching an angel. When I said thank you, William Yates said, you're welcome. What a kid. Teach okay, pretty tough in kindergarten. I didn't talk about glorious kindness. And when I look at my engagement scale, rarely on task? No. Sometimes on task. I'm telling you what, William was a 3. He was usually on task. I had to prod him a little bit. But whenever you're in doubt, go with a lower score. It's a long year. I'll go with a 2. Look what I've now got with these numbers. I see that as I fill these in, I'm going to have pretty strong class yes. I'm going to see that I need to get back and talk about how we can help each other at home or in class. I may wait a week or so to work on teach okay, but as I fill this out, I see where I'm going. That's important. Now, it gets better. I'm thinking about my friend Sylvia Plath, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the secret sauce plan. And I've decided that what I'm going to do for my whole class is I'm going to just review Rule 1. Secret sauce plan, Rule 1. This is what we're going to do for everybody. But for Sylvia, I need to address this fly swatting issue. I'm just going to look at my options here, and I'm going to give her specific praise. So the deal with the secret sauce plan is you pick any strategy you want and type it in. That's for the whole class improvement. And then just for a couple of kids, pick out something that will help them out. That is going to show you week 1, day 1, that you're making progress. Now, the other huge feature is that this is open architecture. We're in several weeks, and the principal keeps talking about something called PBIS. All right, open architecture. I'll go here to teacher's option. I'll put in PBIS, and now I can check mark that strategy. It isn't going to affect my numerical ratings. If I wanted to really get serious about PBIS or really wanted to tabulate it, I'd put it in one of these other 5 numerical categories. So you can put in anything you want in these couple of teacher options. You can add other options just by cutting and copying and pasting a column. But it gets even better. I learned that Sylvia Plath, she's crazy about rainbow ponies. So right here, I could put in a comment. I'm going to put in a comment right now, a note. I'm just going to put in, I need to remember that she's the rainbow pony girl. There we go. And I also found out that her mother, this is important information, her mother is on the school board. Yeah. So under last names, I will put in what I need to know or have learned about families. Under first names, what I know about individuals. Now, think ahead. I'm down 3 or 4 or 5 weeks, and I'm scoring every week. And you know what? Sylvia Plath, one day, something clicked in that girl. She started doing thank you, you're welcome. She didn't just start doing it, she was doing it all the time. She gets a thank you, you're welcome checkbox. And using this powerful color coding, that will remind me that there was a golden metamorphic transformation there. I'll go in here to that wonderful golden box. I will insert a note because you know I got 25 kids and I'm teaching them week after week. I may forget a few things. I'll insert a note that says, class applauded her. Oh, yes. So that's the color coding. When you see a big transformation, record it with yellow. The next week, it's not going to be yellow, but there was a moment there, and you're going to get those moments all the time. Golden metamorphic transformations. All right. We're 20 weeks down, and Sylvia Plath has grown and grown and grown. Imagine we're 20 weeks down. She's got mirror words. She's doing Teach OK. She's writing little love letters to her mother. I'm happy with PBIS. I don't have another option here. And she hits the highest level in On Task that week, which is she stands up and gives a whole brain teaching lesson. You know what? Sylvia Plath now became, on the roll sheet, a golden metamorphic double boxed. I'm going to get these double boxes in here. Boom. With the black boxes, yeah, let's really remember this. And there we are. Wow, that stands out. Now you might say, Coach, a kid makes this tremendous growth. What's next? Because we do have kids who seem like, oh, they can't improve. Can't improve in kindergarten? Come on. You know what? I assigned Sylvia, because of her writing skill, to write a 3-paragraph love letter to mom. So what I can do is I can tailor this secret sauce plan to whatever the needs are. Gifted kid, this is something that you can do to aspire to the heights. Middle of the road kid, special ed kid, this gives us massive flexibility. Now, one more thing. I know, it's incredible. One more thing. I'm in about 3 or 4 weeks, and you know what? Most of my kids have Class Yes down. They've got it. I'm going to keep doing Class Yes, but I don't need to track it in terms of percentages. What I need to do after about 3 or 4 weeks is I decide I'm going to focus on Rule 1. Follow directions quickly. You know what? On that first day, I couldn't get kids to follow directions quickly. That shows me where I need to go. So that's the wonder of this Super Improver Diagnostic. It lets us see the growth we're making, gives us plans under secret sauce for the next week. It's open architecture so we can change it as we need to. It highlights student growth. It gives us a chance to comment on individual golden moments during the school year, and it gives us a clear sense of what our goal is. It's being able to do all those things and become, at least for that week, a golden metamorphic kid. Now, would I show this to Sylvia? I would, but I do it this way. I take the whole thing and I'd slide it over so she couldn't see the names, and I'd say, Sylvia, this is what you're doing. This is how great you're doing. And what I'd like you to do is start working on a 3-paragraph love letter to your mom so we can show kids the Super Improver Diagnostic. Diagnostic. Make a diagnosis. What's the situation? Make a plan. How to improve student growth. Now, last point. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Week 1, day 1, go in, take your time, put in the grade, kids, and score everybody that you can, remembering, if in doubt, don't check mark them. If in doubt, go lower. Week 1, day 1. And you'll see you're getting somewhere. Write down the score. The score is up here in this corner. That's how you're doing in that particular week. Excuse me, the score is right here, week 1. Write down that score. Now, day 2, do the same thing, rescore them, and write down the score for day 2. Day 3, the same thing. If you do that 3 or 4 days during the first week, you have dissolved the main obstacle to successful teaching, which is the conviction that you're not getting anywhere. You look at your score from day 1, week 1, to day 5, week 1, and you will see, oh my goodness, Sylvia even stopped swatting her head with the fly swatter. On to week 2. So you just move on over, go to week 2, put in whatever categories you want, and you're rolling, baby. You feel that? You see why this is so powerful? So many features. All right, it's Coach B signing off, saying power to the teachers and power to the kids. We'll see you down the road.